to hear Stravinsky's Firebird Suite because that means we're starting Facebook Lives again for this year. And so here we go, the first one of this year, 2022. And it's going to be some new segments. There's going to be some new formats, the way we're going to do it. There's still going to be a lot of that meat and potatoes right in the middle there. But what we're going to do in the beginning, I'm going to tell you each show something about Mark Roberts, the person, the company, all of us. And this is a segment that will be a new segment for this year where I share with you things about my company. Some of the things that we do that are more of an altruistic nature, more than just providing jobs and providing fun, cool stuff for people, but ways that we contribute to society. At the end of the show, I'm going to do another, we're going to call it Conversations with Mark, and that's going to be some insight into different aspects of what we do, whether it's the design process or just some insight into the line that we create. So that'll be at the very end. Stick around for that. But I'm just going to have a seat and have a quick little conversation with you about some of the different things that we have done. And this show, I'm going to talk to you about two different things. Number one, about 22 years ago, we started having an open to the public sale, all of it to benefit local charities. We had a 20-year run on it. It was really a great run from about the year 2000 to about 2019. We always called it our Toys for Tots sale because Toys for Tots was one of the beneficiary charities that we supported with it. All the proceeds, nearly 100%, not of the profits, but of the whole shebang, everything, went to the different charities. Went to Toys for Tots, it went to Chalk Hospital here in Orange County, which is Children's Hospital Orange County, Meals on Wheels, and an organization called Tolerance San Jose, which is in Santa Ana here. I'll tell you about these other ones in other shows, because I've got a lot of them to talk to you about, and so each show will give you a little bit of those. But during our Toys for Tots sale, all of the staff, and it was all of them, would donate their time, come in 6 a.m., sometimes even earlier, and work these different days. And they were fun. All I can say is they were fun. You know, we'd have hundreds and hundreds of people. We're going to show up some pictures of some of these right here now. They look cool. Huge crowds, all well-behaved people and orderly. And it was a fun thing we did. And we just sold a whole bunch of stuff. We had it for one day, essentially one day a year for half a day. But 2019 was our last event. The reason for that, we need time. We need to be sustainable. Meaning there's so many other things that we have to do as a company, and we are supportive of other organizations charitable-wise also, so we're not pulling away from that. We're just doing it in a different way. But to be sustainable, we need to continue to focus on our trade shows, getting our showroom set up, getting all of our samples in, and at that time of year, which was in November/December, we need to focus on that. So while the Toys for Tots sales were very well publicized, something that is not known is that as a company, we support about 20 charitable organizations each month. In each month right now, we're giving them a $500 check, and there's quite a few of them. Today, I'm only going to talk to you about one of them. So in the subsequent shows, we'll work them all in throughout the rest of this year. But the one I want to talk to you about today is called Homeboy Industries. They're based in Los Angeles. And it's interesting. It's the largest gang rehabilitation and reentry organization in the world. They started out in the 80s, I believe, training and teaching former gang members, maybe just out of prison, on how to make a living, to live within the rules of society, and to be contributors to society. And so there's a great benefit to this. They've expanded greatly. They started out in Los Angeles, and they are now in Great Britain, the Nordic countries of Europe, Canada, Australia. We have lots of friends in all of these locations, actually. But they do things from tattoo removal, gang tattoo removal, to job training, ultimately creating many success stories. And they help make our society a little bit better, so we are glad to support them on a monthly basis. There's their website. Check them out, and maybe you'll see something interesting about them. So now I'm going to show you some other homeboys, I guess. They're going to be some products. So let's get up and let's go do some of those. We've got, today, we're going to start out with, I got my little list here. We're going to start out with Mardi Gras, because Mardi Gras is coming like really soon. So check these guys out. What do we have first? We have these jesters. They're just jesters. What do we call them? They're just jesters. My goodness. And this is an assortment of two. So boy and a girl. They both have crowns. They're both like happy as can be. These are elfins, so they don't need to have any. They don't have a stand. They don't have a tube in the back. They don't. They stand on their own because they've got just the right size, big feet. And I mean, they're just like so happy. Look at the cool, happy face. Perfect. Come on. Perfect Mardi Gras colors. You know what? This would of course happen to me as I'm doing this. Perfect Mardi Gras colors. I'm going to make you sit in a minute because all of a sudden he doesn't want to stand or something. Just have to find the place of balance, which means I'm going to bend him back a little bit. He was really precariously standing before. All right, he has drank already, so he has had his Mardi Gras drinks and is partying up a storm. And you are going to just sit, you little rat, you. I love his black and white pants. Sorry about that, but he's being difficult to me today, so what can I say? This is what you do to them. You put them in timeout, and they got to sit for a while. One of the cool things about him is his hat. Look how he's got this long hat that goes sideways, this jester hat. Goes sideways, which I love. And then the crown just kind of like finishes it off at the top. And since he's already not listening to me, then we can zoom in there. There it is right there. And see the jeweling that goes in around the crown, which is really, really pretty. And cool things like these great marbles that are very translucent and colorful and fun. I love also in his legs, the black and white, and the great detail on his shoes, which if he was standing for me and cooperating, but I guess the union doesn't allow him to do that. Got great shoes. His girlfriend, the queen, she is just too cute because she is fluffy. She is, you know, she's got lots of details, lots of ribbons going on her, really soft. And great colors, great colors. She's got a crown also. She's one of our queens here. Really, really pretty. They go great together for Mardi Gras. These have been popular. You can get them at the retailers on the marketplace, which I should mention, by the way. I know that most of our retailers on the marketplace have these. I know that William Glenn and Bacchus House have a lot of these different pieces in particular. But there's going to be others that you're going to see that will have them. So check them all out and support your local retailers where you can, or the local ones that are close by you on the marketplace. Let's jump to what's next. We're actually going to do floral here. So John, we can back up and look first at this little arrangement, which has just got these little ivy pittosporum sprays in the planter. And then I'm going to go over my shoulder, John, to this one above, which has the variegated color. How pretty is that? And these come in like bunches of like 24, and they're like $73, $74 for 24, for 2 dozen of them. So they'll fill in quite a bit. And this is not, John, this is not even 2 dozen of these, is it? Of the variegated, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 15 or 18 are in there. Who knows? But very, very pretty, 2 different colors in these, and great little filler for stuff. So when you're doing floral stuff, Christmas, spring, however, these are always going to be easy to use and great to have. So comes in a couple different colors, I guess just green and light green, and we call it white. How crazy is that? It's variegated actually, so I guess we're calling this one white. We had some Mardi Gras drinks maybe before we called them that, but who knows. But we have dark green, light green, and white, which is variegated it's called. All right, let's go to a little fairy and show you a cute little trick at the same time. This is the Mardi Gras Magic Fairy, and I'm going to take him out of here. We use the tube and everything, but fun piece because he's got, John, are we able to see the sequined pants of him? I'm not sure how much, yeah, we can see how magical that is. Look how cool that is. The pants are actually sequined. So there's purple and like a coppery gold in there. It's really magical. And then while we're looking, we can see the little, can we even get closer to the feet? Is the little fleur-de-lis that's on there, or should I just come forward? Well, okay, there we can see the little fleur-de-lis on his foot. How cool is that? And then you get even a better angle of that sparkle going on in his pants. So nice, nice, nice. And that little string doing there. So this fun guy, you know how to pose him and fluff him, like the green tails that he's got going on. The green tails also have some little diamond-like characters on the end of the tails on these. And I have a little trick that I'm going to show you both now and later on. I'm just going to grab one of these right now. Well, let me just grab two so that I can show you honestly what they are. I brought some chopsticks in from home. Yes, I use them. They're actually easy to use. But the chopsticks work great for sticking it into the back of this little tube in his back when I want to add him to something. There are longer chopsticks than this. This is the ones I brought, so you'd need the longer ones. But you can use this if you want to tuck him in somewhere that is not as deep as this here. So, little trick there. Right now we're using a piece of wire, a thick wire that God only knows where we found it, but we have all sorts of stuff around here. So, happy little guy. He comes in two sizes, I believe. Are we showing both sizes, Brian? Or are we just showing one? But he comes in two sizes. I got my chopsticks. I'm going to use them as a pointer, I think. Comes in two sizes. The stores that have them will show you the larger size also. We're only showing the small size, but I think you can find the medium size on the marketplace as well. So let's jump to another Jester, but before we do that, let's jump to a cat, which is right over my shoulder here. And John, this fun cat up here is just too cool. Great colors. John has it posed, and I'm not touching it because the last one I touched, it gave me a lot of hard time. But what a great pose. He is walking. The natural movement of this walk here is just perfect. He's happy as can be. He's got his staff or his scepter that he is walking with, but he's not using it for support, which is really miraculous because if I had set it up, I would have probably used that as an extra support. But John posed him in a way, wow, that allowed it to stand so nicely. I love the movement of the coat, how he's taken advantage of the wired coat and curled that up there to create more of the effect of movement, of walking, of it bouncing in the wind, bouncing in the air as he's strolling about or marching about or presenting his decree of what Mardi Gras is going to be about. Really embellished nicely, this piece. There's lots of detail going on, especially in the middle section, from this ruffled collar and then all sorts of laces and trims and all sorts of stuff. We're going to talk about that at the end, by the way. Trims and fabrics and stuff, so you're going to stay tuned for that. But this one is really dressed out, decked out, really neat. And I love how he's got the patches on his knees, and they are diamond shaped. So perfect for Mardi Gras, and they're purple with gold trim and edging around them, and then comes down to the feet, and it just gets just as magical and wonderful. So what a great piece that guy is. And if you're a cat lover, you got to have this. So there's not a whole lot of these, but they're available, I believe, and the marketplace has them still. So, all right, now we're going to look at a Mardi Gras Jester, which I'm going to flip around here and go on this side here, and then I don't want to forget about these, so I better do these. The Mardi Gras Jester is really cool. He's on his own, and does he come up? He's connected right now. So he's got his cape there. He's got a 4-part hat going on. Love what it has on his sign. It's party time. Angelo does all those great signs for me, and I love when he came up with that one. It's pretty cool. So very, very fun. Love the Jester face. Love the collar. Look at even the tinsel trim going around the collar of his neck. How magical is that? Most people would just use that only for Christmas, but it looks perfectly natural there in this festive space with this Jester. I mean, he's just a great, great Jester. So he's posable. He's tall. He's like 21 inches or so. He's good sized. And stand him, sit him, or hang him from somewhere. Hang him flying from a chandelier or who knows where. Somewhere fun for sure. All right, Brian, I'm going to give you a jump, and I'm going to pull the butterflies in now. So next we're going to go to butterflies. We're going out of order, so I'm going to get cursed by Brian later. No, he won't curse me. But butterflies. So John, on the table here, I had this on the other side, and I didn't really show this. But there's some different butterflies that we have. They come in assortments of 2. Yeah, cool, Brian found it right away. So there's 2 different types of butterflies, and how nice do they look when you just kind of set them around. Also, they have a clip on the back. So there we go. Let's set that down. We've got a clip on the back. There we go. We can see it that way. It looks kind of mean like that, but it's not. But it holds on. It then holds on easily to something. I think they're just as good just to sit them around somewhere. I like the idea of just sitting them. Let's go that way with it. They just look great sitting around. Like they're just kind of rested and they're relaxing. Happen to be resting and relaxing by these Mardi Gras King and Queen Elfin. And we've got them, we're showing them in a couple different sizes. I think we're showing the small kings right here. And where's the queen? The queen is, she's getting her hair done. She's not here right now, but I think we're showing her on the screen. So yeah, she's getting her hair done, or we could be out of them already. And so they're only available on the marketplace or different retailers. I believe actually Paragold.com has these also. So you can catch those there, or you can catch them on our marketplace, or hopefully some of the stores that you go into, that you actually go in and shop, because we can do that now. Yay, our mask mandates are gone. We're happy for that. And we can get out and about more. Just be careful about it, but we can get out and about more. So the Mardi Gras King and Queen, they're basically little boys and girls. Fun pieces. They are, they stand on their own. Jong has them posed really magically once again. I'm going to pull this one out, John, at my own peril. There we go. And I'll pull this guy out. I love how Jong posed these guys. Tell me you're going to give me a hard time. Come on. All right. Okay, I still need to give you a better angle here. Let's go over here. I'm just going to blame it on the floor. It's not even. My goodness. Come on, you stop it. There you go. He's good to go. So real fun poses, really happy faces. But they're kings, and of course the queen is pretty wonderful also herself. So 2 different sizes on them. These are going to be starting to get low, so catch them while you can. And if you get any little butterflies, they're going to work out real nicely with them. So they look cool with at the foot or around them somewhere. Just a nice little addition that you can do. Okay, now I know I have one more here, but I don't see it, and that is the Party Like a King. Brian, do we have this one? The Party Like a King? We're still looking for the segment, or because I don't see it on my paperwork, so maybe I left it off by mistake. We will talk about it, and I know you'll find it, Brian, and you can add it in while I'm talking about it. I'm sure it'll pop up. So this, I don't even remember the name. This is, again, Angelo came up with this sign for me, Party Like a King. And somehow or another, we had a crown on there, but he had done that on the computer. And God knows we actually had a crown little jewel, which was perfect to put up there. So fun Jester-like fairy. You notice his pants. He's got 2 different pants, so more Jester-like. The Harlequin on one side, the stripe on another. So he's got a lot going on. His arms have a Harlequin on this side, and on the other side it's a green going on. And then the hat has all the different patterns going on it. So great fairy. Great colors going on here. Look at this cool little translucent marble going on as well. And so good. Brian, thanks for finding that. I'm glad you're glad you can do better than I can some of these things. All right. After Mardi Gras, we're going to now go and talk about leprechauns. That means St. Patrick's Day is coming right after that. So I'm going to head over to the table over by the door here and get back here and see what the heck I can do. And I'm going to stop this if I can figure out how. I'm going to show you this guy in front of me, which is the King of the Leprechauns. And here we go. I'm going to stop him right there. Cool. So the King of the Leprechauns is essentially, maybe he looks like a Santa, maybe he doesn't, but he's a cousin. He's Santa's cousin. So great colors going on here. It's on a wooden base with some green felt, of course, because he's King of the Leprechauns, so he's going to have green on there. But lots of great details. So since we're at the bottom, let's just go from the bottom up and look at the great detail on the shoes. You can see the sparkle going on in there. And John, are you able to get any closer, or that's good? You're probably pretty good. No, you're good. Actually, you're good. You're good. And then we're going to just go up, and we're going to look at his pants. And before we go too much further, I'm going to turn him sideways and show you that he's got this black and gold stripe going on that is insewn in his pants there, which is very, very cool, very neat, which adds some dimension and depth. And then this fabric is very soft. It's like a chenille almost on his coat. And then as we go up, I'll tell you what, there's a great, great fabric right here. This brocade is just stunning. It's black. It's got gold. It's got lots of different colors you're going to see in there. There's some bronze. There's some blue. There's, of course, gold and black. But it just jumps with all the green. It makes the green just jump so magically. And I then want to flip to this sparkling coat that he has here. He's got a coat and then he's got a cape. He's got all sorts of stuff going on. But this sparkling coat that he has is just kind of magical, to say the least. And it just adds to, as you're going up, you start to see more fun details going on in his chest. What's he got in his hand here but a lucky 4-leaf clover going on. So he is surely the king. He's got this nice little part of his vest that's going on here. He's got an extra vest. He's actually got 2 vests going on. It's not like he's lucky. Come on. And this is the month of 2-2-2-2-2 or something like that. So just a few days ago it was 2. So he can have 2 vests and we're good to go. And then at the top he has got a great top hat and he has got then a crown off to the side that is just tucked on the side of his head that's kind of hanging on there. It's just a great hanging piece, his crown. So I'm going to put his rotator back on so we can enjoy him as we talk about the next guys. But King of the Leprechauns, fun, fun piece. Come on, turn on. There it goes. So he'll just spin around while we're doing other stuff here and talking about the next guys here, which are the little 4-leaf clover elfins. Are these fun or what? Once again, great poses. I'm going to move this a little bit. Come on. Ah, look at that. Voila, magic. They stay by themselves. Don't you knock them over, King, please. So 4-leaf clover elfins, really neat and great top hat. Let's just start with the big guy. We can just kind of look at him and then we can see all the details. That top hat has clovers on it, of course. Black as the base and then 4-leaf clovers to be exact. John's giving me the 4 sign from behind the camera, reminding me that. So now the 3-leaf clovers actually. No, there's some 4-leaf clovers. There's both, okay? There's 3 and 4 leaves, so we're lucky we find some. Happy, happy face. I love that. And then just great detail as you go down. You start to see, you know, that brushed velvet that's his coat, which is so neat because it's got that circular brushing, almost like a stainless steel. And then he's got a great collar and neck piece going on. He's got a gold 4-leaf clover as his belt buckle, and just really great clothing going on here. He's got that 4-leaf clover pants, and that is actually insewn on the sides. You can see a green sparkly fabric is insewn on the sides there. And let's see. Come on, you're going to stay on your own? This plant is in the way. He's stepping on his plant, so I'm going to pull this plant out a little bit and get it out of the way. Okay, and then I love the green and white stripe pants because it's a really subtle green. It's soft. He's got a lot of strong colors going on, but that subtle color of his legs or leggings complements nicely the black that you see above on his knickers and the black and gold or even coppery gold on his shoes. So really nice complement right there. So if you're feeling lucky, these guys are going to be your lucky friends this year. And come on, this year is going to be a lucky year. We already know that because we've got the double 2s going on. 2 days ago it was Tuesday. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So a lot of 2s going on. So for sure, this is going to be a lucky year. We're getting that. So, all right. Next, we're going to go on to, from my superstitions, we're going to go on to a really classic look into these beautiful, to my right, these beautiful urns in the black and white pattern. And we're only going to show 2 of these. You saw another style in the opening sequence that we did that when Firebird Suite was playing that were triangular. And there's about 8 or 10 different styles, and you can find these on the marketplace. But love these pieces because they're basically ceramic pieces. But yeah, John, are we able to get? How close are you able to get on this? Because it's got like it's not like a crystal top. It has a crystal top. Does it? If I get away from it, does it help? Maybe a little bit. It's got that crystal top on there, which is just you can see how the light goes through that, And the lids obviously come off. They're gold edged, black and white pattern, really sharp, clean black and white pattern going on. This is timeless. This goes anywhere. And these are ginger jars, so you can put ginger in them, I guess, or they can stand alone, or you can put whatever you want in them. I would leave them empty and just have them as showcase pieces because they're pretty magnificent. So there's 3 different sizes here. You know, for me, I would either get, more likely than not, I'm a 2-person, which means I'm going to either get 2 of the same size and place them in pairs. Place them in pairs in an area that balances them off, a mantle, or even in the kitchen somewhere where I'm balancing, maybe on each side of the stove or something. Or I'm going to get set groups of 2 and show them together. These 2 together, or these 2 together, or the set of 3 works. You know, whatever works for you is what's good. So there's going to be more of these shown. Yeah, you can see them over my shoulder there. There's some in stripes. You see some diamond patterns going on. So, but we will actually, we're going to see some of them anyways when we're talking about these that we are in this cabinet here, because we're using the cabinet here. John displayed them together with the leprechaun type characters that are going on here. And the first one is my personal favorite, and that is the Lady Leprechaun. I'm going to get her down for a minute here because she is just magnificent. And this is the first girl leprechaun that we have ever done. And she's just kind of magnificent. She's colorful. She's got this gorgeous blonde hair. She's got a ponytail. She's got pigtails, excuse me. She's got pigtails that come out that are just too sweet. I'm going to pull them in the back there. But lots of stuff going on. But what's so pretty about her is just her overall detail, her couturiering overall. The layers on her dress, all the different greens, how they layer together so nicely. You've got the ruffled green dress going on here with all the beautiful gold sparkles at the bottom. Look at that great, magnificent emerald jewel in the center of her. And then there's all stuff going on. Since this is going on, let's just flip this here. And what is it? That's money. That's a penny. That's a real penny. There's money going on in there that she's got. And then just layers. She's got, in addition to a ruffled dress, she's got another ruffled layer of her dress, an apron-like piece, her coat that layers. Lots of different layers going on here. Just really elegant. And then we see her hat. And how neat is that? Let's see if I can do it the right way. There it is. Great going on. Gold, emerald, little bit of lucky leaves going on there. A fun little top hat. And I really do love her hair because it just comes out in, let's pull it back this way for a minute. 2 little pigtails that are just braided, hand braided, and then they just come out like that. I mean, she's just too cute. This is just one darling little girl. So I like her. I want to have her with one of the fairies or the elves, and I would just make, she's the queen as far as I'm concerned. She should be ruling the roost. And so capture her, get her while you can, so you have, I think it's lucky to catch a leprechaun, if I'm correct, because they're hard to catch. So I would kind of catch her and keep her as part of your collection. She's going to be part of my collection. Here she is down here in the little version, next to all these great vases. But there she is, and look at her handsome little boyfriend right there next to her. So there's the little ones, and the guy next to her, what's he called? Come on, I have a name for him somewhere. Of course he is. He's called the Lucky Clover Fairy. Not because he has the clover, but because he's lucky because he's got her as a girlfriend. I mean, come on. She's spectacular, and he's just pretty magnificent the way he is there. He's got a gold coin in his hand. So the legend of the leprechauns are that they have a fake money in plain view, and they hide their real money. So this guy's got his fake money kind of hit in plain view so that he can trick you into taking that, but in fact his real money is right up here in his hat, and there's a real penny up there. So he's got real money, so you're never broke if you have one of these. So if you have one of these, you're always going to be happy. So that's the end of the day on that. So great piece. The Lucky Clover Fairy. He's got butterfly wings, which is perfect because butterflies and rainbows and spring and all that other stuff. So it just kind of works out perfect for this guy. And she's got her own little bumblebee wings because she's the queen bee. So that wasn't the reason why, but it works. So The last one we're going to talk about is a little elf, which is a little Clover Elf, and he is just like as happy as can be also. He's just like really happy. And great colors. He's got a great cape going on. Can I see? We see his back? Yeah, he's got this great cape going on, which is pretty neat. And the cape is actually lined with, all right, just take it off right there. It's actually lined, and it's got this gold, silvery gold jeweled trim on the inside. So it's really pretty. It just, we don't hide or we don't skimp on details. So we like to give you lots of different stuff with it. If you're going to have these wonderful pieces for a long time, you might as well enjoy them and be in awe of them as I am. Look at the detail on the center of his belt buckle, and look at this great trimming that's going on here that's hanging. It's a nice little hanging, very fine, very, very fine little diamond-like jewels that are going on there. There's 4 little strands that are hanging down there, and it just creates a lot of interest and a lot of movement on him at the same time. Love his happy face, and I'm going to find that little spot for the tube. Oh, cool. Check out these. Can we see these, John? These little translucent, iridescent, these are like prisms, because they are, I cannot count the sides, but I will bet there's 12 sides to that thing. There's a lot of sides to that, and they're facets. It really sparkles really nicely, or reflects really nicely, and it's got a kind of a deep emerald with a iridescent look about it. So where's that spot at? Where's the tube? There it is. All right. We are good to go on this guy. He's jumping around. You see some of the different vases that are around here too. These are going to all be on the marketplace. So fun pieces. And we'll show more of those throughout the season, and we'll talk about them more. But they're great for doing displays. Great to have around the house. Speaking of around the house, I'm going to go around my back door here. And I'm going to head over to this table here. How magical is this? So, when we do the shows and the setup, there we go. Jong does a lot of it, and when I first saw this completed, was Tuesday morning, 2 days ago, and I came upstairs to the studio, and I just was kind of like, wow, you're just happy because I see how nice. I mean, is the studio set up beautifully or not today? It's really gorgeous. Jong did a great job with it. He had no help. The warehouse is really crazy busy. We're doing lots of different stuff. So he was doing it all on his own, and did a great job on Monday, and then finishing up on Tuesday morning. So very, very happy with it. I love it. It's very fresh. It's clean. It's not cluttered. It's just elegant. So one of the things, I think you saw this piece in the opening segment, in that opening sequence when Stravinsky was playing, and this is our Swan Bouquet that we did. We actually made it, we sell the silk flowers, we sell the swan, and so I made up an arrangement in the showroom in Dallas and Atlanta to just showcase both. And then we decided, well, the stores wanted to buy it, so it's okay, let's put it in the line and let the stores buy it made up as is. So it's a great piece, it's huge. I mean, it's not huge, but it's a great centerpiece. You got this big piece. I'm going to lift it for a second. It's a good size. It's, I don't know, 25, 28 inches long or so, and about 24 inches tall or something. Great, great piece. Lots of flowers in there. When it comes back, you got these pretty black and white going on flowers, the gorgeous roses, and then I'm going to show you, I love this, the blue and yellow flower that's coming there. I'm going to stop it for a minute. So, in fact, let me find the stopper. There we go. Okay. You saw this flower in the opening sequence also, the magnolia. It's got the creamy magnolia colors, the black and white striped fabric, which we're using that black and white striped fabric in other dolls, fairies, and elves. So I've actually transferred some of that fabric to do some florals with. And then this great trimming that we've got going on around the flower. So really pretty. You can do lots of different stuff. There was a wreath that, oh, forgive me, I forgot who did it. One of our retailers did a gorgeous wreath that used these flowers and some of these other flowers from Mark Roberts, which was nice of her, thank you. And apparently it's sold before we put it on the Facebook. We showed it, we posted it ourselves, and apparently she sold it just like that. It was gorgeous. Whatever it was it was worth it because it was really quite an exquisite piece. So you'll notice in here also, yep, we have some this way. Put some of these butterflies that are clipped in here. Where's that butterfly? There it is right there. Got some of these butterflies that are clipped in here. They just kind of add to the life of your piece. They make it a little bit more dreamy, a little bit more realistic and everything. And then, John, I'm going to flip around and show you the one on the back side. And it's really not a front or a back on this piece, but this blue butterfly is just exquisite. It's blue with greens. It's just really pretty, really colorful. And it just kind of jumps against these different flowers that are on here. So very, very pretty. And of course, it's got jewels on it. It's got all this good stuff going on. So what a great piece. And this is like $3.97 or something. It's a great piece for this whole piece. Can we pull back on it and see? Really pretty flowers. What a great piece. You get the gorgeous swan. There we go. I'm making noise on here because it's a snowy. But that gorgeous swan, all the flowers, really a wonderful piece. So great if you want a centerpiece. You're going to enjoy it all the time. Another piece that we have now, I'm going to put this back on motion. And then we're going to talk about, I'm going to actually pick him up, this guy here. Bumblebee. Okay, so anything with the bees has been extremely popular. Let's see, where am I going to go? I'm going to go over here, John. Sorry. So this guy is the Honeybee Elf. Small size, and there's a larger size also. We actually, I think the larger one, we actually shipped it to one of the retailers because they were really begging for it. We have more of them coming in. The stores should still have some of these. But if they do have them in either, whether it's the Bumblebee Elf or the Bumblebee Fairy or Honeybee, get it because they're not going to have that many of them. It's really been popular. One of the things that I love is one of these trims that we use is like butterfly shaped. I thought, well, how cool is that to make as part of his belt or his vest is this butterfly diamond piece to go with this honeybee. I mean, the birds and the butterflies and the bees, they kind of all go together in some form or another, and it just works with this guy. So look at the great colors going on here. This print, there's a printed bumblebee print on here. It's hard to see it on the small piece, but I'm not going to be able to show you that much of it. But there's a great design on that fabric. And then this black and white stripe, I'm actually going to flip it around so we can see it better. Gorgeous black and white. It's black velvet with a gold threads in there between, and then all this gold trim. So, and then here's another one of these translucent spheres with like these 12-sided spheres. And they're small, and yet there's lots of sparkle going on them. When you see this in person, you'll be really happy with that. So this is the Honeybee Elf. I think we're only showing the small here, but most likely on the marketplace or at some of your retailers, they're going to have the medium size as well, if they still have it and they haven't sold out of it. But if they have it, get it while you can. Let's see, how did John, what was the little trick that he did there? I'm not going to even try from back here. I'm just going to sit him on the glass and let him be happy. Okay, I'll sit him on the vase instead. All right, then I will just sit him. I'm having a struggle today. Thursdays are not always my best days. Yeah, they are, but okay, he's going to lay down to his fun little pose behind the glass, and then I'm going to pick up this other guy, the Lemon Zest Fairy, and show you this guy here. Love this guy because he's got lots of stuff going on just from the backside. Wait till you see the backside. I'm going to show you in a minute, but I'm going to talk about the front first. But love all his colors. Another sign that Angelo made for us is when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So how true is that? I mean, how true is that? We get lemons all the time. It just, things happen, and that is life. And when you have the right attitude and you turn those lemons into lemonade and just go with the flow, it makes life a heck of a lot better. So this guy is just kind of fun. I love the yellow colors. They're fresh. It's got diamonds going on in the center here, or diamond-like, and that just really enhances all the sparkle and the shine of this guy. So great piece. His vest, I love his vest because it's got this sculpted velvet. Yeah, we can see the sculpting a little bit. Yeah, you can see that, and then the nice trim. And then on the back, we're using that same velvet. Look at this huge bow that we made with that same sculpted velvet. We sewed this bow. So this is a sewn together piece. It's a nice satin lining back there, and this great, fabulous bow back there. I mean, that is just like huge, and it's fantastic. So I love that piece. When I saw that, I'm reminded of it, and like, oh, I love this. This is very cool. So he's got the bumblebee wings, And he is going to, now that it's closer, I am just going to set him right here on top of this lemonade glass, which should be filled with lemonade. Lemonade for me, but it's right there, but I'm not going to get the lemonade, I guess. All right, while we're talking about making lemonade from lemons that we get in life, I love to have fruits, fresh and artificial both, in the house. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk over here, and we put these, oh, almost killed myself, almost tripped over something. So I've got these great glass vases. I brought these in from home this morning, actually Tuesday morning I brought them in, and so we could finish setting up the showroom or the studio here. But sometimes I put flowers in them, sometimes I will put fruits in them. And these little artificial lemons, artificial oranges, they come in two different sizes, but one of the little things I need to tell you about them, they come in packages of 24. So you're going to get 24, and I think this is the medium size orange. But of those 24, let's see, I need to get somewhere so you can see them. One of them, some of them have leaves, some of them don't. So you're going to get half and half basically by size. So that when you mix them together, you don't see all of them with leaves, so it gives you a little bit more natural look to them. They're textured, they're colored just right, and they just add a lot of detail to, let me stop this, a lot of detail, a lot of color to your house. And I'm going to push this off to the side. Okay, so we can see these a little bit better. Let's move this out of the way. How great is this color-wise? The strong color, whether it's the yellow or the orange, with the black and white. How classic are all of these, primary colors essentially that are working so well together. So the lemons and the oranges, I love them. I love having them laying there, just kind of lay-arounds. They come in bags of 24, and you'll want them because you want to kind of tuck them, pile them on a plate or put them on a plate or on a table setting because they're just fresh and they add color and we like them. So after that, we're going to go to, I get to go sit down. We're going to go back to the table here where we started, and we are going to look at, we saw some lemons just right there on that little plate there on the other table. On this table here, and we're going to actually look at what's right down here, you're good, John, right about there, you're good, is one of these table scapes. So we've been doing these table scapes since last year. This is new for this year. This one is the Kiss Me I'm Irish. So he's a leprechaun with a flower rainbow. Do you love that or what? So Luis actually did this, I believe. Yeah, Luis did this in the warehouse. And I kind of gave him different things to work with and then just said, okay, figure out what's going to work together. Here's some good combinations. So we lay them out. We talk about them a little bit. And then he started doing something. And I said, wow, are you making a flower rainbow? That's perfect for that. Because the leprechaun's at the other side of the rainbow. So love that. So it's a shamrock fairy tablescape is what he is. He's got his sign on him that says, Kiss Me, I'm Irish. I love that. And again, those are all velvet. That's a dark green velvet on the base. And just works out cool. So great gift. And then if we just pull back a little bit, we'll see how nice that looks on the table setting. And this is exactly what you want to do with them, is set them on a table somewhere. There's a cake there. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And it's real. We finally get to eat one afterwards. So, but while we're at the table, the other ones we were going to talk about are the black and white vases. Brian, Brian, you're already fast. Excuse me. So the black and white vases, I love these ones because they're fluted. I'm just going to come right down here. They're fluted. There's a fluting in there, so you can see that it goes in. And then, of course, you got the top that comes off. But these crystal tops are just magnificent. You can see the light kind of sparkling off of those. Great pieces. And that real subtle gold edge on the top of the lid is so pretty to go with the brass top that complements the crystal top. So I love these vases. Great shape, very classic. Love the clean, straight lines of the stripes. So did not want to forget about those and show you those. So there's more of those. You'll see them on the marketplace and get what you can on those. So we're going to finish the product today with the birthday fairy, the birthday bash fairy. And I want to tell you a little story about a recent birthday. It was actually last year. And it was my father-in-law. He turned 86. And there were candles on the cake. And you know, we're not supposed to blow out candles anymore. You know, the idea of it is all of a sudden kind of crazy because they're, you know, we're blowing and God knows what's getting blown on the cake that we're about to eat. At 86, he clapped and blew the candles out, meaning the wind from his clap blew the candles out. So he's strong. Sometimes he's a little bit crazy, but it was a great way to celebrate. And I think a lot of us are doing things like that now. So when we were talking about setting this up, John and I were talking about, let's see, which way I got to go this way, about what to do instead of blowing out candles, because we had candles on the cake last year, I think. But we took the chopstick and stuck it in his little tube that's back there. And what a great tradition to start anew. And instead of putting candles on the cake, how about a birthday fairy on the cake? And it goes right in there with, don't you dare touch that frosting because we're going to eat it. He goes right in there. I guess he's okay. He goes right in there on top of the cake. He's kind of flying and dancing about on it. And you know what? We sing happy birthday, and they make a wish as they're removing the birthday boy or birthday girl, as they're removing the fairy from the cake. That's their wish. They make the wish and then take the fairy off, keep that wish secret, because the only person that knows that is the wish maker and the wish granter, which is the fairy. So you sing happy birthday. We're not going to sing happy birthday. And you then pull the fairy off the cake, make your wish and pull the fairy off the cake. And there's your celebration for this year. You could have also done, if you had a clear glass plate, I am so tempted to eat that frosting right now. A clear glass plate is to stick like 4 chopsticks in the cake. You get the message. You get the idea. And put the clear plate on top and then let the fairy sit there. We have this colored plate, which is, I guess you could do that also. Is this going to work? I didn't plan this too well, but I guess it's going to work, except I don't have that one in. All right, but you could also do it that way. And then do that. John, is this your plate from home? I think it is. You could also do that, except it's crooked, because we didn't plan on doing this, but I think I just wanted to do it anyways, as the other way to do it. And there you go. You've got a 2-layer. And so there we go once again. Maybe you can put a little votive candle or something there, but I like the idea of not blowing them out anymore. I think that's better for us, and we can still, this is more fun celebration. You sing happy birthday, make your wish, remove the fairy, and you're good to go. So the happy birthday or the birthday bash fairy comes in 2 sizes, shown here, the larger one's right here. He's got his own little candle on his hat, so you don't need to go out and buy candles anymore. When I was buying candles, or excuse me, buying the cake this morning, well, yeah, the other day, at the Albertsons, I noticed that they had the numbers, but now they're chocolate. There's no candle. They don't burn anymore. There's just chocolate. So I guess you eat the chocolate afterwards. So that's a fun tradition as well. So the others, you know, are there any other these butterflies or birds? Because I'm going to grab some. You're good, John, just to stay right there. I think it's good to have these type of things, because how cool is that? How nice they look. You could even do this and clip it to in front of the cake there. Put them on the plates. They're just nice sit-arounds to have, the different butterflies and things. So we've got butterflies and birds. Brian's showing some of them now, which is good. And there's more of them on the marketplace as well. So we are, Brian, how are we doing on time? He's not telling me. Okay. We are going to do our last segment, which is new, and I don't need this anymore. And it is called, this part of it is just Conversations with Mark, or Conversations. And what I want to talk to you about today will be the challenges of sourcing. So there's so much that goes into the back end of getting the different products or getting the different materials, the parts, and all the different stuff. I mean, we have about, I'm not even exaggerating, we have about 10,000 existing fabrics, trims, jewels, buttons, bows, florals, parts, pieces, stuff, as I often like to call it. But with even that huge of a number, we have about 1/zillionth, whatever 1/zillionth is, of what's out there, of what's available. There's just an unlimited supply of stuff out there. So we literally shop until we drop. And I've got a little different video that Brian's going to drop in real quickly and show you. And this is Jong, Gina, and I shopping one day. This is probably midday. It's raining then, but there we are at the market, and there you got to see Gina and Jong both. But you know, we're shopping, we're walking literally about 10 to 12 miles per day. So when I say we shop till we drop because I can tell you, you walk 10 or 12 miles in a day, your feet, your legs are sore. You get back to the hotel and put your feet up. That's about all you want to do. There is an endless array of stores and stalls. One vendor can easily have over 1,000 pieces of whatever it is, jewels, trims, ribbons, fabrics, and there are thousands of vendors in huge areas. Normally, in that video you just saw, as we were wearing pretty blend-in clothing, we've learned to wear bright colors, because when there's so many people, you know, if you have a bright yellow shirt on or a bright red shirt or something bright and strong, bright purple, it's easy to pick each other out. We just remember, for me, all I do is I remember what color. Jong, red. Gina, yellow. That's all I can do is remember, and then I look for them that way. So that sure helps. We actually split up a lot, and by doing that, we split up in certain areas because there's so much to see. And really, it takes a great imagination. It takes great eyes. You've got to be able to see what the heck you're going to see that's out there. You got to have good taste, because you got to know it's good stuff. And we do this for about a week. So I mean, it's a hard week, and we do this twice a year. It's a hard week. But when you have, and we do it fast, but when you have good eyes and you see good stuff, you have great imagination, you see something like, wow, that's cool, what are we going to do with it? And you start to put things in your head really fast. Okay, I think we can use this as a trim, we can use this on an ornament, we can use this on a fairy or a Santa or a rabbit, all sorts of different things. And you've got good taste, that works. So there's thousands of people everywhere. One time, I swear, I came face to face with Ralph Lauren. And I wish I had actually said hello. This was many years ago, maybe 8 years ago or something. I wish I had said hello, but everybody's exhausted at the end of the day. And I thought, oh, he doesn't want to talk to me. And quite frankly, as exhausted as I was, all I wanted to do was go back to the hotel. But I remember kind of amazed, like, he's over here shopping also. Wow. Pretty neat. So we do this 2 times a year. Brian, I think we have some photos we can show of some of the things that we've chosen already for this year. He'll bring them up in a few seconds. But yeah, there they are. Cool. We do this, or you already brought them up. What am I doing? We do this 2 times a year. It's a huge investment of time and money, but it's really well worth it. So you can see some of the different jewels and trims that we're looking to, we've already ordered actually for the next season. Oftentimes, though, vendors are low on stock. And oftentimes that alone will dictate what the production run is going to be. People often ask, well, how do you arrive at you're going to make 500 pieces or 1,000 pieces or 50 pieces? Sometimes it's based strictly on what's available, meaning they only have so many yards of this fabric, 50 yards or 500 yards, who knows what it is. But whatever the amount of it is that they have, and if it's going to be hard to get again, or we'll just buy it all, and then that's it. We'll use it up, and then we're done with it. So literally, we will buy tens of thousands of dollars in sample quantities of trims each season, of trims, fabrics, stuff, all this sort of stuff. And somehow, we use most all of it up. If we don't in the current season, we always do in the end season. So the challenges of sourcing all of this stuff, it becomes expensive. To say that you can see that we had fun. You saw the video of Gina, Jong, and I crossing the street and having fun at the same time in that chaos. We have fun doing it, but it is a lot of work. It's an investment in time. It's an investment in money. And we do that so that we can put together these great pieces. So there's a cost that comes with that. It's not, we don't just send somebody out and, get 20 new fabrics and 20 or 30 new trims or something, and then that's the line. We get thousands of them so that everything is unique as possible. Yeah, we use sometimes a trim on multiple pieces and fabric sometimes in different ways, but we have a huge variety to work from, and that helps to keep the pieces that we make unique and special, because that's who we are. We like doing them in a very unique, special, fun way. I don't know what else to say, but we love doing it that way. So the future lives that we do, I'll do a similar segment at the end. Some of it may be based on your Q&A. So Terry Catone has been asking on some of the Facebook groups for questions, and I told her the other day that we would use them. I would use them as bases to talk about different insights, because what I want to do is give you more insight into not only what we do, like I said at the beginning of the show, what we do as a company in addition to creating great product, but also what we do because we love doing it, and we like to contribute to society at the same time as a group. But also some insight on the back end, what we're going to do at the end of the shows with give you some insight into the product, whether it's the design, the concept, the after the fact, when you get them, different things. So I'll be sharing with you different stories, insights, both at the beginning and the end of each show, so that we can mix it up a little bit and do a little bit different than we did them last year. So it's great to be back. It's we're into the last week of February, so Mardi Gras is coming up, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, then all the different spring holidays are coming up. It's time change is coming up again. That's great, so we can have longer days again. So anyways, great to see everybody. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching. I love that. I love it. We saw a lot of people watching today and lots of great comments. So I do see all those comments both online here, but I also see them afterwards. I would go and look at them afterwards. So thank you for everything, and we're going to do this again, I believe, in 2 weeks, but we'll post it for sure, and we'll start to show more spring and more Easter things and have some great talks at the same time. So thank you very much, and adios.